All right, Ray. Bishop Luers returns a lot of experience from last season. You guys are playing your best basketball perhaps at the end of the season. How do you carry that over, and how does that experience help you guys leading into the 2016-2017 season?
We have good team chemistry, and we have Anton back for a full season, so that should be really fun. And we have good players like Jason Davis coming off. He can shoot the ball. He's real athletic. And we have JJ that can shoot the ball. We have Blaine that can shoot the ball. We can really shoot the ball, so it should be fun.
When you look at who you guys have all coming back and the rest of the SAC, normally in the non-Deshaun era, you guys were an underdog in the SAC, but you are one of the favorites in the SAC leading into this season. How do you handle that expectation, and what is it like to know that everybody is out there gunning, trying to beat this Bishop Luers team?
Really, we just have to be humble and then just play team basketball, and then we should get the job done, really.
For you guys, what is the biggest factor for you guys having a successful season?
Just playing good as a team, really. Team chemistry, shooting the ball well, working together, that's it.
As far as you guys go, what are your goals for this upcoming season?
Playing together, hopefully winning SAC, but we just got to take it a game at a time, and hopefully we should do that.
Well, we have a lot of guys come back this year, so we're expecting pretty big things this year because last year we had guys coming in from different schools, working guys in, just not playing varsity, so this year I feel like we'll be pretty good.
As far as this team goes, you guys have a couple of post guys that have a lot of experience. How does that set up what you guys do both offensively and defensively?
It actually sets up really well because we can go inside, and then once those guys start getting double, they can kick it out. We have shooters, multiple shooters, and then defensive-wise, we got big, so they help with the rebounds, so we'll be pretty good.
Your dad was mentioning it. It's been a while since Luers was looked at as a top half to SAC championship contender. How do you deal with those expectations, and what's your mentality going in now that you are one of the hunted as opposed to being a hunter?
Yeah, it's almost as if we still feel like we're at the bottom, and we like that chip on our shoulder. So even if we're at the top, we still feel like we got the chip on our shoulder. So either way, we're going to come in how we normally do.
Okay, Coach, tell me about this Bishop Luers team, because we saw you guys have a lot of success, especially at the end of the season. You guys have some size. You guys have a lot of different pieces coming back. What is it about this team that has you excited heading into this season?
Like you just said, we got a lot of guys returning, so that experience at the varsity level is something that we hope to ride, and I'm excited to see how they step up to the challenge.
Sidney Curry, Anton Berry, a lot of people don't have one guy in the post that can play like that. You guys have a lot of size there. How do you utilize that to your advantage when it comes to playing in the SAC every Friday, Saturday night?
That's just it. You have Curry, who's inside, mostly on the block, and Anton, he can inside or he can step out. Hopefully, we can use that to our advantage and kind of get some matchup problems.
Obviously, you've got some talent on the perimeter as well. JJ has been an all-conference type player. So how does he go about leading this team, and what does he do to kind of set the table for what Luers is trying to do offensively this year?
That's just it, and that's the other thing. Anytime you have experience in the backcourt with JJ and Ray, and those two, it's up to them to get the bigs involved. Being a point guard myself, I always tell those guys, you have to reward your bigs, and they run the floor, they get a rebound, wait on them. It starts inside first, and then you come outside. So he understands that, and that's how you can kind of control the tempo a little bit.
When you guys had the practice court for the first time in about a week and a half, what is the focus for you guys? Because you do have so much of that experience returning.
That's just it. Hopefully we get out there, and it's not so much teaching and going over things. These guys, everybody should know what they're doing. So now it's just pretty much fine-tuning and, picking up the nuances of the offense. Whereas, when you first start out, you got to think about where should I be and things of that nature. Now you know.
In years past, in the non-Deshaun Thomas era, Luers was always kind of an underdog in the SAC. But when you look at the roster that you guys have coming back and look at everybody else's roster, you guys are going to be one of the favorites in the SAC. How do you guys handle that expectation, knowing that people are gearing up to face Luers every Friday night?
Yeah, the funny thing about that, this is my fourth year. Every year except this one, we've been predicted to finish near the bottom. So, like I tell these kids, we're not caught up in the early season predictions or the expectations. It's all about when you get in between those lines, what you do while you're playing. So it's about going out, proving and showing people what they're capable of doing.